What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hang 10. We're here hanging out in the Wavy Plus studio. Got an exciting episode for everybody today. Went back into the archives. For those of you who don't know me, I film surfing all the time. I have a personal YouTube channel where I film surfing videos. I have probably been filming myself surf and just doing action sports in general since I was probably about 12 years old. So I've been always into kind of filming and capturing little moments, not just in, my journey of surfing and doing these sports and learning different tricks, but actually the adventure that goes into doing it too. I'd say that's probably the most fun I have when it comes to surfing, filming my adventure, because there's a start point, there's an end point, and there's everything in between. There's all these little moments. It's not always just the wave. So this past fall has been a really fun one. Been able to kind of go out and just film a bunch of surf spots. And that's kind of what it's all about for East Coast surfers. We are a type of people who love to go just find any little nook and cranny with each swell, because of course on the East Coast we don't always get the most consistent surf daily like some other places along the West Coast. Southern California, you think of Australia, you think of Hawaii, you think of really Tahiti, Pacific Islands, Fiji, Bali, Indonesia, all these places, I could go on and on, that are really consistent in their surf. We don't really have much of that along the East Coast, but we have a surf community up and down the East Coast that is really stoked, and we are always willing to step outside the box or just travel 7 hours down I-95 just to find waves. And I did that on a couple of swells this past hurricane season. So it was a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to kind of share with you guys not just some of the best waves that I was able to grab this past hurricane season, but also kind of just the ins and outs, the little moments traveling to each swell, checking out different surf spots. So excited. I got all that footage, a lot of footage that hasn't aired on this podcast, on this surfing show. So you're going to see some new clips. And maybe if you've been following along, some older clips out there as well, if you've been, again, keeping up to date with the episodes. But really quickly, we're going to be recapping not the entire hurricane season here, but the fall season, really from late August, I would call like September 1st, fall, I guess meteorological fall. That's what we're going to be kind of targeting here, the peak of hurricane season all the way through the end of hurricane season. Now, this is something I didn't add last time. We managed to get swell from every single storm with the exception of 3. So I believe we had 10 swells this season, varying conditions and size of those swells. But I believe it was Tropical Storm Barry, Tropical Storm Lorenzo, and Subtropical Storm Karen were the only ones we didn't actually get swell from. So it was a very active season in terms of getting waves. A lot of recurving storms out in the Atlantic. It was a lot of fun. So got all that coming up and much more. We have a full-on video breaking down the highlights. I'll catch everybody coming up after that video. So, hopefully everybody enjoys it. Also, reach out to me on social media for anything that anybody wants to see me do or type of videos that you want to see me film in 2026. I've got a lot of plans, especially when it comes to kind of just series on how to do certain maneuvers in surfing. So let me know if anybody has any ideas. I'd love to hear them. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you at the end of this video. All right, what's going on, everybody? It is late, 10:30 p.m. Monday, August 18th, and I am sitting here on my laptop tracking Hurricane Erin, which will probably be one of the biggest swells in months, possibly in maybe over a year on the East Coast. We'll see. Trying to figure out where I'm going to surf for this swell. This storm's going to pass really, really close to the East Coast. Pretty much too close to the point where the wind is probably going to be a problem for most of the swell. and it is just going to be absolutely massive each and every day. But there will be little windows, and that's what I'm trying to kind of figure out at the moment, and hopefully score some really epic surf, because it's been a while since I've surfed anything with a good amount of size. So looking forward to it, looking forward to kind of just getting out there and maybe finding a new spot, or just kind of getting up and not really knowing what to expect, because we haven't had great waves in a long while, but just kind of, you know, going on that journey. It's so much fun. Storm chasing, just chasing waves in general is just my thing. So that's what I'm stoked for. the waves. We've got Hurricane Gabrielle out in the Atlantic. It's a Category 3 storm, I think, the last time I checked. So pretty strong, pretty big storm too, and the swell is just starting to fill in. We got kind of the front runners of it yesterday. Northeast winds made it a little tricky. Couple turns though. It's definitely some fun surf. Regardless, it was a long flat summer and really not so great of a September so far, so we'll take pretty much anything we can get. But yeah, today should be like the main event day of the swell. It's not going to be, anything too crazy, but should have some nice fun 3 to 4 foot semi-clean conditions. Wind's not going to be offshore, but it should stay pretty light. So Spot check number 1. There's some size out here. Look at this one. Are you kidding me? That set was way bigger than it looks. There's some well overhead waves out there. These guys on the inside right now are getting in work. But yeah, it's sizable out here, so we're gonna find something today. This is only the first spot we're checking. I'm gonna head down the beach a little bit. Head down probably about 20 more minutes. So this is promising. All right, everybody, that's about all the time we have for this week's episode of Hang 10. Hopefully, everybody has had a great 2025, and I hope 2026 is even better for everybody, especially when it comes to surf. Before I go, remember, social media. You can find me pretty much any social media platform. Let me know if you have any ideas, cool episodes that you want me to put out there for you guys. Thanks as always for watching. It's been a great 2025 with Hang 10, and looking forward to many more episodes to come. So we'll see you next week.